Is John Cena's retirement match being moved to go against AEW? Karrion Kross shoots on his WWE departure. My review of AEW Dynamite, and more. I'm Luke Owen. We've got a big announcement in this video, so stick around. This is the WrestleTalk news.
Support WrestleTalk!
We only have a few more dates left on the John Cena retirement year, and we know a few details for sure. He's spending the next couple of shows in a Clash in Paris feud with Logan Paul, and he's got a match set up with Brock Lesnar, which, rumor has it, will take place on a yet-to-be-announced WWE PLE that will apparently go head-to-head with AEW's All Out in September. So, yeah, not a lot of concrete details. But what about Cena's final match? Well, we know it's in December, and it's been long rumored to be part of Saturday night's main event, but we don't know for sure when that will be, as no date has been confirmed. And that could be because WWE are set to move it. According to Brian Alvarez, so do take this with a pinch of salt, WWE are looking to go head-to-head with AEW again, but this time with the final match of John Cena. Alvarez said on Wrestling Observer Live, "This is not confirmed, but it does look like there is now a discussion that the Saturday night's main event date will be moved, so it will be head-to-head with AEW World's End. If correct, that would be December 27th. So what do you make of this rumor? Let me know in the comments down below. Someone who may or may not be there, we just don't know what to work on, what to shoot, what is up and what is down anymore, is Karrion Kross. It was reported that Kross and his IRL wife Scarlett were in contract year, and as that date inched closer and closer, there was little movement on a new deal being signed. It was reported that Kross did receive a new contract, but over the weekend, his and Scarlett's profiles were moved to WWE's alumni section on WWE.com, and Scarlett and Kross released a video that detailed their leaving WWE. Contracts running out and talent not getting re-signed isn't all that uncommon in the TKO era of WWE. What makes Kross and Scarlett's situation so different is that Kross has spent much of 2025 being one of the most over guys in the company. He got huge pops whenever he appeared on TV, which wasn't a lot. His social media and post-WrestleMania shoot promo made his t-shirt one of the highest sellers in the whole company. There were even chants of "We Want Kross" during the SummerSlam post-show, which Triple H mistakenly took as "We Want Brock" chants. But another fascinating bit of the 2025 section of the TKO era is what a lot of the media landscape have dubbed the new kayfabe. WWE reportedly worked talent into thinking Seth Rollins' injury was real to keep it from getting leaked to the dirt sheets. R-Truth was brought back following social media backlash, but when asked about it in a press conference, Triple H said, "It's all part of the show." WWE Unreal is giving fans a peek behind the magician's curtain, but the magician is controlling what you see, which means it's just another trick. And it has meant that many people truly believe Karrion Kross and Scarlett leaving WWE is all part of one big work to fool the audience, so it's a surprise when he comes back. Fightful Select even reported that some promotions weren't planning on reaching out to Kross to book him for dates, as they believed it was a work and he'll just end up back in WWE. So now, Karrion Kross has addressed all of this on Ariel Helwani's show. Of course, it was Ariel Helwani. Kross says that WWE sent him a new contract on the Tuesday before his contract expired, but he had questions about how they came up with his salary, and the offer was rescinded 24 hours later. He adds that Scarlett was never given a new contract, as he was told, "After we deal with you, we'll deal with her." When asked if he thought Scarlett would be offered a deal or just let go, Kross replied, "I don't know." He says earlier in the interview that he informed WWE in January that he wanted to stay with the company. He was told that his program with AJ Styles would continue after WrestleMania 41, yet remember he was involved in the finish of Styles vs. Paul at WrestleMania, which is why he brought AJ up in his work shoot promo. And on that promo, he says he was told by a producer to make it feel real and was given the green light to drop an F-bomb, but perhaps he made it feel too real. He says that some higher-ups in WWE really thought it was real and were upset about it. And those higher-ups included Triple H. So Kross then waited outside of a production meeting so he could grab Hunter and explain to him what happened. He says that he felt his SummerSlam match would be his last, but adds that he still thinks of WWE as home and is open to him and Scarlett renegotiating their new deals, going as far to say that staying with WWE would be his preferred option. He says that while AEW have not reached out to him, several promotions have, and he believes AEW haven't reached out because everyone thinks this is all a work, especially after the situations with Seth Rollins and R-Truth. He added, "People are following the events that have happened and they're going, how did this happen? This must not be real because this makes no sense. Believe me, I also think this makes no sense." He was very clear in the interview, this is not or work? So what do you think? Where do you sit on the work-shoot fence divide? Let me know in the comments down below. Kross wasn't the only person to leave WWE this year, as Shayna Baszler was released from her WWE contract back in May. She also featured on Ariel Helwani's show and was asked about the chance of her appearing in All Elite Wrestling. She said, obviously, it's not a secret I'm really good friends with Marina Shafir. I have a lot of friends there. So there's been some discussion on what the future could hold. It had been reported that Baszler had worked with WWE as a producer following her release, but she is now a free agent and can work wherever she wants.
We'll have more WrestleTalk news coming up shortly, but first we've got a very exciting announcement, because I think we've been very clear that YouTube ad revenue is pretty poor at the moment, so we are diversifying our portfolio by launching Wrestle Beers. That's right, we've got our own beer brands now, and we've heard your feedback. We've heard from people that there are two things they don't like about beer: alcohol and the taste. So we've removed both of those for Wrestle Beers. And who better to be a taste tester for this brand new exciting line than the Cowboy James Storm, a former beer drinking champion. James, thank you so much for being on the WrestleTalk News.
Thank you, but I'm really confused here. So your viewers commented that they don't like the taste of beer or the alcohol.
Correct.
Well, it was more us. That's how we feel, and we just assume everyone feels the same out there.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a fair comment.
So there was no survey.
No, it was a vibes thing mostly.
You know, I asked you.
Yeah, and
you asked me.
I asked him back.
Yeah, that's a survey.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say no on that, because the two best things about beer is the way it tastes and the alcohol.
All right, well, just work with.
Wait, were you guys drunk when you came up with this idea?
Heavens no.
Heavens no.
Heavens no.
So let me show our first beer. So this is called the Low Impact Zone.
The Low Impact Zone.
This is an apricot and lychee flavored beer for you. We're pretty pleased with this one. So yeah.
What did you say?
It's apricot and light cheese.
Light cheese.
No, not light cheese, lychee.
Lychee.
Oh,
yeah.
Fruit. It's got a really good mouthfeel. I think you'll agree with this.
Great mouthfeel.
Great mouthfeel.
All right, here we go. Drum roll.
This is exciting. It's not what I expected.
I just want to throw it out there that it has a very acquired taste.
Okay, thank you. That's good.
Like, if I had to take a guess of what beaver piss tastes like, this would be it. This is horrible. This is not. I really hope the next ones are better, because, guys, you got to go back to the drawing board on this stuff. I don't even taste the cheese.
The mouthfeel?
Yeah, no, it made my tongue just want to leave my mouth.
Okay.
Like, if my tongue could grow legs, it'd be gone by now.
Okay, well, we've got some more, but we'll try something out next week.
Okay. But anyway, if you want to hear a full interview with James Storm, head on over to patreon.com/WrestleTalk, because we're going to have a full podcast interview with Mr. Storm tomorrow, as well as he'll be on the WrestleTalk podcast as well. But yeah, well,
What's that? What's that floating?
That might be some of the light cheese.
Is it
That's the cheese, yeah.
the flavor that didn't
Yeah.
make it? Okay.
Yeah.
That might have been what it was.
Sorry, we'll try again next week.
Yeah.
God.
Well, that was disappointing to let down a former TNA World Champion. Still, I'll get him next time, and I'm sure he won't get so hot about it next time. Anyway, it's Thursday, you know what that means. It's time for my review of AEW Dynamite in about 5 minutes. The show opened with a face-to-face between MJF and Hangman Adam Page, as Max has been trying to goad Adam into giving him a world title match at Forbidden Door without using his Casino Gauntlet contract. And following last week's show, it felt like Hangman was going to do that because he just wanted to get his hands on Max. But this segment took a different direction. MJF told him, "I'm going to make you angry, because an angry cowboy is when he's at his most vulnerable." But Page wasn't going to fool for his edgelord B-movie villain crap. Max has two options to get a title shot: earn it by winning matches or use the contract. He then in fact goaded Max into using that contract to get the title shot. Instantly, MJF realized that he'd fallen into his own trap, which is wonderfully Max, and Page called him a dumbass. This was an awesome opening segment, and I love how we've gotten to this title match, and I'm very excited to see it live. The in-ring action kicked off with Jon Moxley beating Kevin Knight in a match that wasn't as good as the Speedball match last week, but was still really good. Darby Allin appeared afterwards and put Wheeler Yuta in a body bag, but Claudio Castagnoli made the save before Will Ospreay made his return to save Darby. Ospreay called out Jon Moxley and challenged him to find some friends for a lights-out cage match at Forbidden Door. Later in the show, Ospreay announced that Hiroshi Tanahashi will be on his team, and a graphic later showed Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi will be joining them. We are never going to get an AEW singles match in the UK, are we? Mox approached the Young Bucks in the Extras dressing room to recruit them, and a graphic confirmed that Gabe Kidd will be part of his team. Look, I am stoked for this bonkers match, and it is very exciting to see a cage match at this level, which I actually don't think I've seen live before, but 10 men inside one cage sounds like a TNA cluster. And when I put it like that, I'm actually more here for it. Mercedes Moné teamed with Tekla and Sky Blue of the Triangle of Madness to take on Alex Winter, Queen Aminata, and Willow Nightingale. This was so much fun, and Athena tapped out Sky Blue with the sharpshooter. I'm sure she'll then go home to listen to the latest Cave-In album, like me, when I was a teenager. Athena and Moné brawled with Toni Storm and Windsor after the match, and a tag match has been made for Glasgow next week. Cope took on Stoke in a fun little bit of comedy with some good audience interaction that oddly ended in DQ. I guess we're really protecting Stoke at this point, and then Cope brawled with FTR. Christian Cage came out for the save, and the pair worked together to take out Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne. Cage gave Cope his nail bat, and Cope hugged him because I guess Christian found himself. They announced Cope and Christian versus Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian for Forbidden Door, and as a wrestling fan of a certain vintage, I'm a big Edge and Christian guy, so getting to see their reunion match live is incredibly exciting. But the story of them coming back together has felt rushed, and I am surprised that they're not doing the reunion match at All Out in Canada. I guess they're going to do the title match there instead. They announced Hook would be back soon, and Hiromu Takahashi was revealed as a surprise tag partner for Brody King, Hologram, and Tomohiro Ishii as they took on the Young Bucks and the Don Callis family. This was a brilliantly bonkers match, and Takahashi got the win and was then announced to be facing Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship and Forbidden Door. Swerve Strickland, Kazuchika Okada, and Technical Issues had a promo segment. The main event saw the Ops beat Ella Fine a decent match, and MJF attacked Hangman Page backstage to end the show. Well, that was a packed old episode of AEW Dynamite. Loads of stuff got confirmed for Forbidden Door, which I am stoked for, and there was some superb wrestling, particularly the men's 8-man tag and the women's trios match. That's all from me today. James Storm will be on the WrestleTalk podcast tomorrow talking about the Karrion Kross situation and the idea of working the boy, so make sure you check that out tomorrow, and make sure that you check out yesterday's WrestleTalk news by clicking the video on screen.